All right, welcome back. This is part one. Take the vehicle for test drive. So this video series pretty much speaks for itself, and what you're going to want to do is take the vehicle for a test drive, and there are a few things that I want to make you aware of when test driving a vehicle. So you want to be aware of these symptoms while test driving. First, while test driving, you want to inspect the steering wheel, just like we talked about in the steering and suspension video. So you want to make sure the vehicle tracks straight. Be sure that the vehicle does not pull or drift to either the left or the right. You want to be sure that you take this vehicle for a good test drive. Take it for at least a 10-minute test drive. You'll be surprised. Within 10 minutes of driving a vehicle, you would get to see a lot of things about it that you wouldn't have seen before if that vehicle was just sitting still and not being test driven. You wouldn't believe. I've been in the business for so long. I've seen so many customers come to the used auto car dealer, and they would just not they barely test drive the car. They'll take it down the street and just bring it back within 2 minutes, and then they'll just buy it, and then they complain and say, well, the vehicle is doing this, the car is doing this, um, and I'm saying to myself, I just saw you bought the vehicle the other day and you didn't even test drive it for 10 minutes or more. So why complain? So these are the things that I want to talk to you about that's going to make you aware. So please take heed to it. Test drive the vehicle, and you will see some things that will stick out to you, or maybe that vehicle will be good, and that vehicle might be your choice that you're looking for, throughout your vehicle shopping process. So what else you want to inspect is uh, you want to inspect the steering wheel for vibration while braking. This is another tip that I didn't put in the brake inspection video because this is a part of a test driving. If the vehicle vibrates while braking, there is something wrong with the brake system. The rotors in particular are no good. If the vehicle vibrates while braking, the rotors are no good. Just remember that, guys. So that is something that you want to look out for. If the vehicle vibrates while driving without you stepping on the brakes, you have a tire issue. Maybe the wheels need to be balanced, but that's not a make or break for the deal. But you still want to take note of these things and write them down on your notepad. You want to inspect the gauges. As you're driving, you want to inspect the gauges. Remember, up until this point, the vehicle was still running. From the point that we started, from the start the car now, the vehicle should be running, and you should be able to know if that vehicle is going to overheat. You do not want to buy a vehicle that is going to overheat on you. I'm telling you right now. Some of you probably, experienced this before in the past. So it's costly and it's a headache. Once you overheat a vehicle, you might as well, kind of kiss it goodbye because there's so many more parts on that vehicle that can go bad after overheating it. So just be sure that your needle stays in the cool area, and you'll be good. If the vehicle stays cool and you drive it, you're in good shape. You're in good hands so far. You also want to inspect the smoke from the tailpipe while driving. If you have smoke coming from the tailpipe while driving, please make a note of it. There's a few things that could be going on with that vehicle. If it's smoking from the tailpipe while driving, that engine could be worn out. Um, there may be too much oil in the engine. I mean, there's a lot of things that can uh, take part into that. But remember what I told you about the colder climates. If it's wintertime and you're driving, there's just light smoke coming from the tailpipe while driving. It's not too bad, but it can't be excessive smoke. Just go back to the video where I talked to you about the smoke coming from the tailpipe, and you'll be able to differentiate if it's cold climate or it's excessive smoke. Listen for noises while driving. You want to listen for a lot of noises while driving. You do not want to buy a vehicle that is making a lot of noises, because if you buy it and you did not get it repaired or fixed, it's going to be some real, tough issue trying to get that thing fixed after you spent all your money on it. Don't take a vehicle off the lot if it's making noises. Always get it fixed first, because once you give them your money is gone, and guess what? You're left with the runaround figuring out how and when you're going to get this issue fixed. Um, you also want to inspect the gauges for any engine lights or any lights that may stick out to you. You know what the check engine light looks like. It's that little sign with the engine on it. And also any other light that's out of the ordinary that's going to stick out to you. You want to make sure there's no lights on the dash there. Go over bumps. Make sure you're driving on rocky road. Find a bump that you can, go over, and make this vehicle take this vehicle through some paces so that you can hear some noises, or feel if the struts are any good. If it's harsh, then you're gonna need some struts. Okay, so you want to take notes of these things and write it down, and just test drive the vehicle, and turn the air conditioner on. Make sure it blows cold while driving, because some vehicles they may not, blow cold while driving. Um, and that is pretty much it for the test drive. I'll see you in the next video.